Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we will start with the new topic of epidemiology of communicable diseases. Uh, in it, first we will cover the respiratory infections. And respiratory infections, the very first disease which we are going to discuss today is smallpox, also known as variola. Smallpox, as known in Urdu as Chichak, is basically an acute infectious disease which is caused by a virus, variola virus, and it is clinically characterized by sudden onset of fever, headache, backache, vomiting, and sometimes convulsions, especially in children. Now, when this disease occurs on the third day of fever, a typical rash appears. This rash is basically centrifugal in distribution and it passes through different stages. It passes through successive stages of macule, papule, vesicle, pustule, and swab, with subsequent scarring. Smallpox. This disease has been eradicated from the whole world. So this disease is basically now is of historical importance. Previously, it was used to be one of the greatest killer disease, but in 1967, World Health Organization began an intensified worldwide campaign to eradicate the smallpox. And that campaign was based on the technique of surveillance and containment. In May 1980, World Health Assembly confirmed the global eradication of smallpox. This was a historical moment because this was the first disease which was eradicated from the whole world. All countries have discontinued routine vaccination against smallpox, but WHO maintains a reserve stock of smallpox vaccine and vaccine needles, which are sufficient to protect more than 200 million people should an emergency arise. There are few differences between the disease of smallpox and chickenpox. But first remember that smallpox is an historical disease, so it will be extremely rare that you will see a case of smallpox. Anyway, there are few differences between the presentation, clinical presentation of smallpox and chickenpox, which are listed on this slide. The one of the most predominant feature is the distribution of rash. In smallpox, the rash is centrifugal, means it is more on the extremities, while in case of chickenpox, the rash is centripetal, means it is less on the extremities and more on the midline structures. After briefly discussing the disease of smallpox, now we will discuss the disease chickenpox. Chickenpox in Urdu is also known as lakda kakda. This disease will be discussed under the following headings: problem statement, epidemiological type, means what are the agent, host, and environmental factors involved, what are the clinical features of this disease, how will you diagnose this disease, and what are the preventive and control measures of chickenpox. Chickenpox, as already told, also known in Urdu as Lakda Kakra. It's a viral disease. Chickenpox is an acute, highly infectious disease caused by varicella zoster virus. It is characterized by a rash, which is vesicular in nature, that may be accompanied by fever, malaise. Now, this disease is worldwide in distribution. Chickenpox and herpes zoster, they are regarded as different host responses to the same etiological agent, that is varicella zoster virus. In the epidemiological triad, the first heading is agent factors. What is the causative agent? The causative agent of chickenpox is varicella zoster virus, also known as human herpes virus 3. Primary infection causes chickenpox. Now, recovery from the primary infection is commonly followed by establishment of latent infection in the cranial nerves, sensory ganglia, and spinal dorsal root ganglia, often for decades without any clinical manifestations. When the cell-mediated immunity wanes with age or following immunosuppressive therapy, the virus may reactivate, resulting in herpes zoster. And what is herpes zoster? It is basically a painful vesicular pustular eruption in the distribution of one or more sensory nerve roots. Source of infection. Source of infection is basically a case of chickenpox. The virus remains in the oropharyngeal secretions and lesions of skin and mucosa. The virus may be readily isolated from the vesicular fluid during the first 3 days of illness. Infectivity. The period of communicability of the patients with varicella is estimated to range from 1 to 2 days before the onset of rash and 4 to 5 days after the onset of rash. The patient ceases and stops to be infectious once the lesions have crusted. Secondary attack rate in case of chickenpox is very high. The secondary attack rate in household contacts approaches nearly 90%. In the epidemiological trial, after the agent factors, now we will discuss the host factors. First of all, age. Chickenpox is basically a disease of children. Occurs primarily in children under the age of 10 years. The disease tends to be more severe in normal adults. Immunity. One attack gives durable immunity, but no age is exempt in the absence of immunity. In pregnancy, infection during pregnancy presents a risk for the fetus and it leads to congenital anomalies and leads to syndrome which is known as congenital varicella syndrome. Infants whose mothers have chickenpox during pregnancy have a higher risk of developing herpes zoster in the first years of life. Environmental factors. Chickenpox shows a seasonal trend with peak incidence during the winter and the spring season. Periodic large outbreaks basically occur with an inter-epidemic cycle of 2 to 5 years. This is quite varicella zoster virus is heat labile. Outside the host cell, the virus survives in the external environment for only few hours, occasionally for a day or two, and it is readily inactivated by lipid solvents, detergents, and proteases. Transmission. Chickenpox is transmitted from person to person by droplet infection. Most patients they are basically infected by face-to-face personal contact. The portal of entry of the virus is the upper respiratory tract or the conjunctiva. This virus can cross the placental barrier and infect the fetus, and it cause and it can cause a rare condition which is known as congenital varicella. The incubation period is usually 14 to 16 days, and you need to remember what is incubation period. Incubation period is basically the entry of agent and the appearance of a sign and symptom, the time period. Clinical features of chickenpox. The clinical spectrum of the chickenpox may vary from a mild disease with only few scattered lesions to severe febrile illness with widespread rash. There are two stages, pre-eruptive stage and the eruptive stage. In pre-eruptive stage, basically there is sudden onset with mild or moderate fever, pain in back, shivering and malaise. This stage is very brief and it lasts for about 24 hours. In adults, the prodromal illness is usually more severe and may last for 2 to 3 days before the rash comes out. Now the rash stage, eruptive stage. In children, the rash is often the first sign. It comes on the day the fever starts. The distinctive features of the rash are basically the distribution. The rash is symmetrical. It first appears on the trunk where it is abundant and then comes on the face, arms and legs where it is less abundant. Mucosal surfaces, buccal mucosa, pharyngeal mucosal surfaces, they are generally involved. Palms and soles, they are not usually affected. The density of the eruptions diminishes centrifugally. Rash of the chickenpox shows rapid evolution. The rash advances quickly through the stages of macule, papule, vesicle, and scab. The first to attract the attention are often the vesicles filled with clear fluid, and this gives a appearance which is known as dew, dewdrops on the skin. Pleomorphism, all the stages of rash, that is papule, vesicle, crest, may be simultaneously seen at one time and in the same area. This is due to the rash appearing in successive crops for 4 to 5 days in the same area. Fever. The fever does not run high but shows exacerbations with each fresh crop of eruption. Dear students, this slide shows the differences between the disease smallpox and the chickenpox. I would expect you to go through this slide in detail and remember the differences between the clinical presentations of smallpox and chickenpox, especially the distribution of rash. In case of smallpox, the distribution of rash is centrifugal, and in case of chickenpox, the distribution of rash is basically centripetal. This slide is basically showing the rash pattern of chickenpox and smallpox. As you can see in this slide, the lesions of the smallpox, they are dense on the legs and the arms, that is on the extremities, while the lesions of the chickenpox, they are more dense on the trunk and there are very few lesions on the arms or hands. This slide is again showing the rash pattern in both diseases of smallpox and chickenpox. The mortality is quite rare. It is basically less than 1% in uncomplicated cases. But varicella may be accompanied by severe complications, particularly in the immunocompromised patients. These include hemorrhages, pneumonia, encephalitis, acute cellular ataxia, and Ray's syndrome, which is basically the acute encephalopathy associated with fatty degeneration of the viscera, especially the liver. Now, maternal varicella during pregnancy may cause fetal wastage and birth defects such as cutaneous scars, atrophied limbs, microcephaly, and low birth weight, cataract, microphthalmia, chorioretinitis, deafness, and cerebrocortical atrophy. Diagnosis of chickenpox is basically clinical diagnosis. Laboratory diagnosis is rarely required because the clinical signs are usually clear cut. Laboratory confirmation of varicella or herpes zoster is by detecting varicella zoster virus DNA using PCR or isolating the varicella zoster virus in cell culture from the fluid, from the vesicular fluid, crust, saliva, cerebrospinal fluid, or other specimens. Control. The usual control measures are basically notification to health authorities, isolation of the cases for about 6 days after the onset of rash, and the disinfection of the articles which are soiled by the nose and throat discharges by the patient. How, how can you prevent the chickenpox? In that case, varicella zoster immunoglobulin has a role. Given within 72 hours of exposure has been recommended in exposed susceptible individuals. These exposed susceptible individuals include susceptible persons receiving immunosuppressive therapy, persons with congenital cellular immunodeficiency, persons with acquired immunodeficiency including HIV, AIDS, susceptible and exposed persons, in particular pregnant women, newborns, and premature infants of low birth weight. Varicella zoster immunoglobulin is given by intramuscular injection in a dose of 12.5 units per kg body weight up to the maximum of 625 units with a repeat dose in 3 weeks. If a high risk patient remains exposed, then you need to do the repeat dose. For the prevention, vaccine is there. A live attenuated varicella virus vaccine is generally safe and recommended for children. Recommendations on dosage and interval between the doses vary by the manufacturer. A two-dose schedule 0.5 cc each by subcutaneous injection is recommended for all persons aged 2 to 13 years. When the two doses are administered, the minimum interval between the doses is either 6 weeks or 3 months for children who are in the age of 12 months to 12 years of age. Combination vaccines, they are there. Combination vaccine, that is MMRV, measles, mumps, rubella, varicella, can be administered to the children from 9 months to 12 years. If two doses of MMRV are used, the minimum interval between the doses should be 4 weeks.